Hey y'all. All right. All right. Good morning. This is Belinda, Just Be Yoga, and we're here for Home Yoga Practice Live. I had to clarify the B element. My brother is Baratunde Thurston, and I was in his live show last night that was amazing at the Nowhere Comedy Studio online on Eventbrite. But they kept referring to him as B, and so then I'm like, huh? So anyway, it's good to spend time with my sibling. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Let's get situated. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga. Good morning, Joanna. You all are hearing a song that's called What's the Follow-Up? And that is a piece by a friend of mine. Lyrically is her performance name. So check it out on YouTube. What's the follow-up? She produced this just like in a day. So I just wanted to get us started this morning with a little bit of energy, a little bit of juice. Feel free to write in the comments there if you are joining us, and let me know how you're doing and what may be going on for you in your practice. Today is Thursday in our home yoga practice, and that is thematically beyond basics. So finding a new edge in something. And if you're new to joining our home yoga practice, here I am sharing how to develop your home personal practice. What are some of the hurdles that we confront? How do we move through them, past them? Why? And that is as it regards to all 8 limbs of yoga, not just how I'm connecting into my physical body and its maintenance and care, so that for its carriage of my spirit, but also my breath, my thinking, my heart, my relationship with my senses, that's called pratyahara, and concentration and meditation, and then devotion to something bigger than myself. So let's get started this morning with a bit of sit space. Please do feel free to continue to write a comment. I can see that from where I am. And we'll find a moment of some stillness to arrive on our mat. Invite all of you, all of me, to my mat, to my practice space, to my practice. Try not to stop any waves of thought or emotion. But to actually be with what is. And feel yourself wearing that. Wearing the emotion, wearing the stress, wearing the worry, wearing the busy mind, wearing the physical tension. Observing my breath and how my breath is carrying my physical body, how it is carrying my thoughts. Peace and thank you. when I share anything, even any aspect of checking in or a scan of some sort, eventually, after you have practiced it a certain way, you have to start to branch into what feels genuine for yourself. So I thought I would start today just with a little bit of sharing about my home practice ritual. And then I really want to get into the intensity and the finding new edge. So there'll be some asana movement and a couple of postures that I'm going to offer that I know that I want to explore on the edges of intensity and how I can start to discover something about how I'm carrying ease or fighting ease in them, right? To kind of stay with what our Thursday home practice is about. Of course, our own home practices, generally, I let it come to me. Whatever is revealed in the scan is what, that's where my attention and my intentions need to be. But so my home yoga practice, I wake up in the morning and honestly, I try to live dawn to dusk in my practice. And that's in my yogic practice, in my Buddhist practices. And then what I would say are my ancestral ritualistic practices of my people, of my spirit. But I wake up, I do get some tea or coffee, and I sit. I sit and I confront everything that's going on. I put forth a gratitude list of yesterday and then a gratitude of this moment. I've lately been in a space of make sure that it's not a gratitude of things, but a gratitude. So, for example, gratitude for the opportunity to share space and time with certain folks yesterday who I haven't been able to share space and time with. Gratitude for being able to remember some humility in a moment that was a little agitating. That's what I mean when I'm doing my gratitude list. So I go through that. And then I sit and do a little bit of chanting. And then I recite to myself the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. And those are some essential benchmarks or foundations of my practice, of my Buddhist practice. And then I do a 4 directions prayer or meditation, and then maybe another mantra. Yeah. And then after that sit prayer meditation time, I try to get a reading of some sort, whether it's from a Buddhist text or yogic text. It might be from an inspirational, daily affirmation text, bringing an element of svadhyaya, self-study. Guys, some days this can take 3 minutes. It's like a drive-by. Some days it's an hour and a half. Pandemic times have really allowed for some, whoa, we're going in. And really getting honest with myself about what I'm confronting. And then I like to move, so I will walk the dog, continue my prayers, and then I'll get in a little bit of asana to check in on the physical body as to how it's carrying my spirit. So that is how I begin my morning ritual. How long did that take? I'm 52 years old. It probably took all of those 52 years. Yeah, I can't say that I was raised with a very ritualistic way of waking and closing my day. But that after a while, as I started developing practices that I only did when I went to a Dharma center or that I only did when I went to a yoga facility, I started saying, well, that's kind of fracturing, and yoga means connection. And so I don't want to invest in something that's disconnecting. So it's like, so I guess I need to find a new level up of getting real with this. And I sat many a time going, what am I doing? Ooh, I know, I should make the space prettier. And then I busied myself with the stuff. But the thing is that it just kept coming back. So whatever it is that you're developing for yourself, don't get too upset. Like, oh, well, I went and decorated. Yep. Okay. You know what? You put some attention and intention there. And you embrace the imperfection of it, and you kept coming back. Even if you did come back tomorrow, if you came back in 2 months, you kept coming back, because coming back is a practice to develop unto itself too. So we got to cover it all up with heaping doses of forgiveness and love and humor, you know. Yogis don't age. Right. I'm far away from this camera for a reason. You don't see all the salt in my pepper. All right. So anyway, thank you, Casey. Toward developing that home yoga practice, you get to determine what are the texts you want to read. Certainly, feel free to ask people that you respect, like, "Ooh, what do you read?" But after a while, you got to put your eyes on a page and go, does that speak to me? Remembering all the while that yoga means to come together, to bring together. So I find it greatly helpful for me to begin my day coming together, like, remember my purpose, remember who I am. And then throughout my day, if I start to feel disjointed from that, whether it's a breath practice, whether it's a mantra, whether it's something else. Good morning, Amanda. Yay. That it's helping me remember who I am. Anything that pulls me out of remembering who I am. That person who cuts me off. Person who, 2 days ago, I just stopped at a stop sign, barely somebody right behind me, just starts honking. I don't think that they realized that new intersection had a stop sign. But the instant thought was not a yogic thought in my head. My instant thought was, I ain't even gonna say it because some of y'all got children's right there with you. Okay, so develop and just keep coming back. Just keep coming back in whatever space it is that you're developing for yourself. I am not saying that in a home practice that you don't need a teacher. We all need a guide. Start to determine how you're choosing who is teaching you and what is it that they're teaching you. I am never going to say that the alignment of postures isn't something that we should be concerned about. But is that the end all be all of our practice when yoga is a self-actualizing and self-realizing practice? No, it isn't. And that can start to become a distraction unto itself. And that is not the end result, right? That's not the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Because there's only so much I can discover about what's going on inside of the trochanter in this hip. Right? This is a finite being, but there's infinite spirit in here. Ooh, let's go into that. All right, let's explore some edges this morning. I'm going to start in child's posture. We're going to do a few sun salutations. Please make modifications. I think the first or second time through, I will try to offer modified ways to come through this. You choose your pacing. Because remember, I'm always going to continue to preface it. I am sharing my yoga practice with you. Edges today. Edges, tapas. Tapas is a niyama, and a niyama is the second branch of yoga that help. Sometimes I refer to it as the list of do's, and in the first list is the list of do nots. But the list of do's is be disciplined or devoted. You know, over the last year or so, devotion has become the word that I like to assign to the word tapas, and it becomes a point of reflection as I'm moving. All right, so here we go. Let's come to our child's posture, if you're wishing to join. I think this will be a little bit much for me to move in. So off it goes. All righty. We'll come to the back of our mat. Coming to hands and knees. Sinking back. Attention, intention. Your head could be on a block or a pillow. Presence. Single words tend to be the things that I let myself call to mind. Not whole sentences. And I just let those words sink into me. I guess it's kind of a Western way of looking at bija. Bija is a Sanskrit word for seed. Presence, intention, intensity, devotion. And breath in as we come forward to hands and knees. Breath out as we tuck the toes and lift the hips up for down dog. Feel your body receiving this. Knees can be soft. Explore your entire spinal column, all the way wrapping around your rib cage, around your neck, under the armpits, backs of the heels, Achilles tendon, spread the toes, occupy the now in this frame. Breath in, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, here's an offering. Bring a knee down, step the other foot up, and then step the back leg up. Feet can be apart or together. Breath in, softly lifting the chest. Exhale, letting the upper body bow down. Rolling the spine up, lengthening and reaching up through the upper body, no strain. Exhale, forward fold, release your upper body down. What are we bowing into? Half flat back, intention, attention. Feel your physical body. Step back to hands and knees plank, maybe extended plank first time in. Exhale, lower yourselves down. Breath in, lift the chest. Cobra, it's an offering, not a forcing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So use that knee down transition if you like. I am going to take a big step up and another step up. My legs are together and it is a comfortable space for me. Breath in, lengthen the spine. I noticed I put too much energy into it. I was in a rush. Exhale, letting my upper body go. Find ease, always ease. Bending the knees, sinking the butt down, lifting the chest. Breath in, share, squeezing the thighs. Exhale, lowering it down. How soft can I be in my intention? Half flat back, maybe your hands are on a block, on your shins. Hands down, step to plank. Now you can wait and go to down dog right here, or lower down, going through chaturanga, descending with control. Breath in, lift the chest. What are we aware of in the physical body? Exhale, downward facing dog. What are we aware of in the breath body? Right leg lifts up, or skip this. Stepping that foot up in between your hands, maybe helping it up there. Back foot flat, really gripping into the earth first so that I can rise. Breathing in, lifting. Let my spirit occupy my whole frame. Hands down, stepping to plank, lowering through, or go to down dog. Breath in, lifting the chest with ease. Feeling the body accepting movement a little more fluidly this morning. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, or skip this. Stepping the foot through, helping it up there. Back foot flat. Occupy your frame the way it needs you to. Bringing yourselves up, warrior one. Breath in. Hands down, stepping to plank, lowering through. You can use the knees or go to down dog. Breath in, offer the heart, no tension, feel the whole spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Looking forward, stepping, walking, perhaps jumping your feet up. Half flat back, forward fold. How much folding is there? What's holding me back? Where is my mind? What is my attention and intention on my mat? Inhale all the way up to standing. Let's lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Intend the folding. Half flat. Intend the offering of the heart. Exhale, stepping to plank. Feel the intention of solid strength and choice. Maybe go to down dog or slowly. Elbows shaving the ribs. Feel your body being your container. Breath in, offer the heart, no stress or strain. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Remember your transitions. We're going to look forward and make our way to the top of the mat. Choose how you want to do so. Half flat back, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Let all that air out. Expire it out. Express it out. Bend the knees. Sink the butt back. Chair. Breath in, soften. Notice what's gripping in your mind and your body. Forward, fold, let it go. Notice the edges of your devotion. Half flat back. We'll step it back. Maybe some of you want to jump it back. Maybe go to down dog or lower through, finding your up dog or cobra. Up dog, tops of the toenails are down. Knees are off the floor. Hips are forward, making an offering upward of the heart. Loosening the low body so that you can rise. We can't super grip. That will hold us into the earth. Breath. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts or skip this. Bring the foot through, back foot flat, sinking as we rise and lift. Pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Hands could always be to prayer or your hips. Feel the nature of your breath. Breath in, let's lift. Vibrancy. Hands down, step to plank. You can use your knees or go to down dog. Elbow shave, patient, be present. What am I present with as I lower? Breath in, offering the heart, relax the butt. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, breath in. Exhale, we're going to bring that foot through, helping it up there. Don't worry about my pace. Find your own. Sink as you rise. Lift. What's lifting? Where's your mind? Where's the heat coming from within you? Are you letting that heat disperse throughout your entire being? Where's your intention? Inhale, lift. Why are you on your mat? Hands to the floor. What do you need to feel? Step that foot back. Maybe go to down dog. Maybe go a little slower. What is that intention and attention she's talking about? Breath in. Lift the chest. Relax the neck. Where's the tension? Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. One more time through both of those. This time, I'm not going to say a thing. Pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Just listen to my breath or work to your pace. Notice your mind. Notice the body areas that are talking to you that you're aware of right now. Feel all of your senses. Where is the energy you're directing in your body? Or are you just a lump of flesh that gravity is having its way with? Are you standing with intention in your legs? Are you standing upright in the chest? Are there muscles actively growing us? I'm going to root into my right leg and ask my left knee to lift. Observing the mind, observing the breath. What's tensing? What's panicking? What's getting tired? Attention, intention, intensity. What's changing? New edges. Slowly bring that leg down, root into it, feel rooting and security growing into that leg as you lift the other. Be present in this landscape, this physical landscape, this breath landscape, the mental landscape. What is there? What is happening? Are we responding based on a memory, or are we responding in the present moment? Do we have devotion to stick with it? Are we noticing criticisms and thoughts in the mind? Are we still growing tall in our upper body? Are we standing in this left leg breath? What's your jaw doing? What are your fingers doing? New edge. Maybe you're finding a new amount of time, a new amount of enduring, a new amount of sustaining. And what are we learning in those edges as we go through them? Slowly bring that foot down. Breath in, and we'll lift. Offer the heart. Press the legs down. Send the chest up, up. Lift the upper body off of the bottom body in an arc. Breath. What are your toes doing? How are they helping us anchor? Are we breathing in our midsection, or are we holding that space in? Let the breath lift you, inflate you. And bring it forward, holding and breathing. Now in the Uttanasana, if your hands are easily finding the floor, feel free to start walking the hands back, pulling gently the very top of the head toward the floor. Observe what's resisting. Observe what's feeling freer. Observe left side and right side. Observe. Don't judge, don't fix. Just observe. Is there more space in your spinal column? Could your vertebra distance themselves a little bit more? Let go of thinking and let this be a sensory experience. What's changing in this edge? Bend the knees, roll the spine up patiently, slower, slower, slower than you imagine. Take your breath with you. Observe. I'm going to lift the left leg again. I'm going to stay sideways. See how high you can lift that thigh up to your chest without leaning back, still aspiring upward in your mountain, and just observe the landscape. Observe your dedication, your devotion. Thank something in your foot, in your standing leg, in your thigh, in your circulation, in your nervous system. Send that heel out breath. New edges. You may have hit your edges. Bring your legs down. Can we find a new edge? Can we step to it? Don't cut yourself with the edge. But don't be shy of stepping to those edges or through them. Knee back up. Lift. Breath. And we'll bring that leg down. Breath in. Let's lift. Feel. Don't back bend. Just stand and aspire straight upward. What's lifting from where? What's initiating the movement? Forward fold. Let it go. Now, I like to notice that I tend to say let it go here, but we're actually coming in with intention into Uttanasana, this standing forward fold. Choose where your arms are going to be. Maybe your hands are behind your calves or your ankles. Letting the weight of the top of your head sink to the floor. Relax your diaphragm. See what you see here. What is the depth of breath here? Where is the fighting going on here? Physically, mentally, emotionally. Releasing the arms, rolling the spine up patiently. And arrive in your mountain, eyes open or closed. Find a new edge, a new way to experience the present moment. New edges on how we experience the present moment. When you're ready, eyes open is probably the best way to do this. We'll lift the right leg. Feel the solidity and energy and action we have to bring into that left leg. Feel that left foot. Negotiate with it. Don't command it. Notice what happens when we're bossing our body around mentally, physically. How does the body respond? How does the breath respond? Is that the way we are carrying ourselves in the world? In ourselves. Forget even the world, right? Is that the way we are carrying ourselves and treating ourselves in this inner landscape? Feel what's building. New edge. Notice any resistance. I got resistance. This is where the left hip is like, hey, all right, how long are we doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. And it's like, and how about now? How about now? How about now? Anybody who's got kids, I know you guys are hearing that. Like, oh, how about now? All right, let's reach. Breath, chest. But I'm still me, and I'm still a vibrant, loving being in this shape. And I'm thanking this physical body for giving me what it's giving me. Ooh, and I'm learning in these edges. Yep, I can feel that intensity, and I can still intend kindness and explore a vibrancy of my being. Bring that knee up. Whoa, bring that foot down. Make a sound that's legit. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Ha. Now, I was honest with myself that when I forward folded there, I just kind of went into chill mode. And then after a breath or two, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm still in my intention. Let me apply myself in this posture, not just kind of flop over and wait for the next thing. That's a truth. That's a reality. But I just have to acknowledge it and say, oh, hey, look, I do a thing. And I'm going to roll my spine up. I do a thing. I do so many things. All right, so my suggestion for the next space is that you might want to bring yourself close to a wall so that you can hold on to a wall if you would prefer. We're going to go through that standing sequence again. Feel that. Take that in. Again. New edge, right? New edges. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you're like, hey, I could use support, come on over to the mat. Excuse me. I'm going to turn sideways. Here. 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 So now it may be clear that, oh yeah, that hand on a wall might be a good idea. See if we can keep the inner thighs in line with one another. Don't have one knee jutting out in front of the other. Stand in alignment. Intend the energy of your upper spine to grow tall. Intend the rooted leg to root. And you've got to navigate and negotiate the amount of pressure. Start to press that back foot into the hand. Feel those edges. Feel a desire to go somewhere, especially if some of you know where this could go. I'm not going to say where we're going. Breath. And release. All right, it's legit. Let's shake that out. Woo! Shake it, right? Feel, let that out. Let's do a side bend, a little bit of a counter, gentle side bend, pushing that hip over, standing firm in those legs, creating space. Notice, where can I apply some lifting energy, some lifting action? And how does that make me feel? What does that make me lose my attention of? And might I need that? So let's not uproot. Or if you uproot, learn from it, laugh at it, put some love on it, and come on back. And then I'll bring myself up. Hands to prayer. I'm going to do the other side bend after the other side, after we do that other side. Feels like, for me, a nice little balancing way of doing it and keeping my mind on my focus, because I can start to get kind of fall in love with the yummy bits, and I still want to stay feeling my intensity. All right, I'm going to turn this way. Remember, you can grab a wall. Maybe feel out how you are on this side, and then let that dictate to you and tell you where you need to be. We're going to root and left. Notice what's changed from the very first time we ever even did this. And reach. Feel your mind, feel your breath. What comes with familiarity? And then what comes with new edges, pioneering spaces. That uncertainty, that insecure, right? But we're working on securing ourselves in our base. Lift. And now, finding that ankle or foot, pant leg, whatever works. Inner thighs together. And then just notice what you're noticing. Stay and stand in you. I'm feeling the heat build, a little glisten. Feeling my breath. I'm going to start to press that foot into the hand. Feeling the areas that are contracting to give me a little bit more solidity. But all of me doesn't need to contract. Ooh, that's a nice little learning space. I'm ready to let it go. If you need to stay, stay. Ooh. I'm going to shake out that side, right? And then I'll get ready for the side bend on this side. So we're going to gather, lengthen, and allow this bend into the tight spaces. Allow the open space into the space that was contracting and tensing. Say, now is the time to let that go. Can't hold a constant tensing. Don't want to hold that energy inside of us. But we do need to notice and see and acknowledge the tension that we are giving safe harbor to. Maybe we've been giving it safe harbor our whole lives. And just take this one moment, even if it was a microsecond of a will to let it go. That's a new edge. And we'll bring ourselves up. I'll bring the arms behind myself. I really want to open the heart space here, lifting the wrist. Remember, you could grab a strap. Soft giving the knees, hips forward, chest up, breastbone toward the heavens. No tension in the neck, bearing my heart so open. Breath, standing in my legs. I had kind of let my legs let go of some firmness. I'm going to stand on firmament in those legs. Breath. And lengthen ourselves up, woo, and over. I'm going to bend those knees a hair. And allow this progression of new edges, this progression of change, this progression of yielding. And releasing the arms. Stepping back to plank. I'm going to go to up dog here. You can lower down to your belly for Cobra, but I'm just going to turn the tops of my feet down, pulling the chest up, shoulder blades pressing downward, breastbone pulling upward, neck neutral. And I'm going to find this edge. When I'm done with this edge, I'm going to find child's pose. So you find your edge. Explore it, kiss it, love it. Don't cut yourself with it. I'm going to work my hips, woo, side to side. And child's pose when you're ready. Just because I'm done doesn't mean that that's you, right? I'm bringing the hands out in front of me. I'm going to bring the palms together to prayer. And then bend the elbows, walking the elbows forward like a little crab walk. And dropping my head down, bringing the palms behind the neck. Sinking, yielding, letting the earth have me. Giving myself to the earth. Belly full with breath. What's a new edge I can explore there? Could I take in more? Do I want to? Are there areas of my body I could experience the volume of breath? How is it feeling to live a little more fully inside of all of my beings? My physical being, my breath being. Turn down the volume on that thinking being. Letting the arms go, I'm going to introduce a posture called, my brain just went bloop, Apanasana, rabbit's pose. So we're going to grab the ankles or shins or pant leg. I'm going to bring my head as close to my knees as I can and place the head down. And then gently lift the butt a little.
Slide the shoulders up to the ceiling, top of the head rolls to the floor, inviting this stretch in the upper back and neck. Listening to all of the cautions, still taking your breath with you. Leave no breath behind. What's changing? Breathe in. Breathe out. And gradually lower the hips, rolling it up until we're sitting back on our heels. Okay, I want to introduce some marma points. Marma points are kind of like meridian points from Chinese medicine. Marma points kind of correlate with that in Hindu medicine. So I'm going to turn a little bit so that you guys can see. We're going to tuck the toes, all of them, and then see if our toes and our feet will accept the weight of our hips sinking down over our heels. Now I will turn sideways, trying not to let my weight come off, settling head over shoulders, over hips. Notice your hips and your pelvis. Can you relax that area and really intend the weight of you to sink? And what's the conversation you have to have with those toes? What's the conversation the toes are having with us? Come out when you know you must come out. Exploring our edges also lets us start to learn, do I treat myself like everything is some kind of #challenge? Do I want to bring that no pain, no gain into my practice? What can I let go of and just sit with in this intensity? Can I soften around intensity and not react to it? Let the only reaction be softness. Dare I say love? Do I feel that? Do I believe that in my heart and my spirit? Do I receive that in the fiber of the cells of my muscles, of my flesh? And I'm coming out. I'm going to untuck the toes and just sink the hips back. And sit in this dissipation. Feel it transforming. Feel all the layers. Acknowledging that this too shall pass. Everything changes. Everything is in a constant state of changing. Even in my thinking, in my behavior, in my words, in my being. All right. I'm going to invite us to come to lying down. Now you may want, the next space is going to be just a little bit, is going to be an inversion, and it's going to be Salamba Sarvangasana. So for those of you who know what that is, it's a shoulder stand. So you could go into supported shoulder stand though with your legs up the wall. So I will use this wall as a demonstration, and then I'm going to come off and away from the wall and be independent of it. But so this might be a cue for home yoga practices. Can you be in a space where you have a little bit of cleared wall, no furniture, no anything, that you got to move about? I'm going to bring this hip up against the wall, and I'm going to lay down and swing my legs up this wall so that the butt is against the wall, legs are up. I may change my mind here and just let myself have the supported shoulder stand at the wall. But I did want to explore intensities, and I know that I have edges to explore away from the wall. So for those at the wall, your feet can come to the wall, bending the knees a little. Arms down alongside your waist. Do not turn your head while in this pose, not in the prep for the pose, not in coming down from the pose. Keep your gaze straight up. Lift the chin a little. Don't have it tucked down toward your chest. Feet flat into the wall. Push in with the feet, lifting the hips. Hands come to the low back. Maybe wiggling your arms closer together. You could lift one leg. You could lift both legs. You could lift no legs. Supported shoulder stand at the wall. Without the wall. So stay if you're staying at the wall, if that's the approach that you've chosen. Without the wall. Same deal with the head and with the gaze. Legs up toward the ceiling, arms down alongside the waist. The arms are going to be a part of the leverage and the strength and the movement to bring us up. So we're going to press down through the arms, hoisting the butt up. Hands coming to the low back. Walking the hands closer to the floor. Traveling up the spine. Feet settling as best we can over the hips, lifting the chin away from the chest. Do not turn your head and breathe. Come down whenever you want, reapproach if you wish. Gravity is going to pull the body weight down. So you may occasionally need to apply some energy to reposition the hands and press upward. Ease in the breath. Where is the mind? Feel this change of perspective. Soften around all of your being, your thinking being, your physical being, your spiritual being. Some of you may be able to bring your legs into lotus here. Very few. Or maybe not. Maybe everybody can do it. Everybody play. Any way to feel your hips opening while you're in your shoulder stand? Release the legs if you had them crossed. Relaxing the arms and just slowly lower the spine down, whether your legs are against the wall, or whether you're freely in the center of your mat. You can keep legs up the wall, resting your arms away from the body, or you could lay down flat, whichever you prefer. Legs up the wall continues to give you a lovely inversion. Let the energy settle. Observe your mind. Feel dissipation. States and transitions of dissipation. How is your physical body already wearing, carrying your spirit? Where's your mind right now? 5 yamas, treating ourselves and others with kindness, non-harming, truthfulness, non-lying, non-stealing, non-hoarding, moderation, abstinence, and treating ourselves, our body, our breath, our mind with purity, cleanliness, contentment, discipline and devotion, self-study, and surrender to something greater than ourselves. That could be a cloud. Nice deep stretch if you want, pointing the toes, working the ankles. Intentional breath. Bringing the knees into the chest, maybe wrapping the arms around the knees, maybe pulling your forehead up to the knees. Rocking side to side, resting and massaging the spine. And gradually bringing ourselves upright to a seated space. I'm realizing that I get in my space, I lose time. So time is, we're running up against it. And I had wanted to find I'll do it anyway. A kumbaka pranayama breath. All right. So this is a breath retention. And I find that it greatly helps me bring my focus to capacity and possibility. Edges, right? That's what capacity and possibility are about boundaries and edges. So we'll press all of the air out and say, breathe in a third of what you think you can and stop. A third more. Notice what you notice here. And all the way a third more. Release a third. And a third. And all of it. Express it all out and hold. Inhale a third. Notice the quality of that. Was it desperate? Was it hungry? Was it calm? Was it with ease? Another third. What could you soften in your throat, in your windpipe, in your chest right now, in your fingers? Inhale all the rest. Release a third. Another third. Press it all out. Hold. Natural breath. Notice all of the sensations that you can. All along the nasal passageways and your breath and your throat and your shoulders. Your awareness. Your intellect. A single Om if you wish to join. Nice deep breath in, relax the diaphragm, wide open throat. Hands to the heart center at the Anjali Mudra. All that is love and light in me is honored to share space with the same love and light in you. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I'm Belinda, Just Be Yoga. This has been our home yoga practice. Today, exploring edges in our Beyond Basics theme, looking at intensity and tapas as devotion and discipline. Please be well, share the depth and the breadth of what you got to discover about your being out in the world. Take those seeds off the mat with you. Don't leave your yoga here. Your yoga is here, and we need you to take it out there. Deep bow of gratitude. Thank you all so much.